quite a bit more efficiently. We'll let the Ultras get in first, and then the Zerglings can just kind of stream in behind
Yeah,
and surround as
Gnome has been
appropriate.
supply blocked a couple times during this, and I like that he postured forward and did not commit when his observer saw that the whole army was there, but I don't like that he's sticking here as if he's about to commit to an attack, because of course he's forced a reaction out of Ben that's going to be troops. Uh,
Yeah, one thing I would actually love to see Ben do is move the Zerglings up to the side of the army,
right,
like in the
even,
middle.
yeah.
Okay, I can't ping, but so that way you can get a flank. Because anytime you can get a faster surround on an army and just kind of pin it in place, it's so good, especially for a melee-orientated army like Ben is going for.
Let's open up that units tab and give everybody a picture of the overall game. Ben's now got full supply, so he's like, well, I guess I can't make
we
any
do have
more
an attack
units.
Yeah, the Ultras are getting quite a bit of surface area, dealing tons and tons of damage, and it looks like Ben's just going to chew through this entire army like it's nothing. Wow. Does look like he will lose all the Ultras, but he's picked off all the Colossi and can clean up the rest of this army with ease. And Gnome only manages to save just 2 Stalkers, and they will go home and weep to their wives about the horrible things they saw that day as the Ultralists cut their friends to pieces.
And Gnome deciding to expand behind that, I mean, I would normally argue with him, but he's so far behind now because of that engagement that he has no choice but to take a risk and hope they can get his economy on a whole another level, and that Ben will wait just long enough for him to produce something like Storm, or let's open up that production tab and see, oh, we don't have anything like that on the way. In fact, we only have Immortals, which are a decent counter to Ultralisk, but this army is mostly Roach Ling.
Yeah, Immortals are pretty darn bad against Zerglings.
Yeah.
I mean, they deal great with the Ultralisks and the Roaches, but when there's this many Zerglings and they could just get in and attack, they'll chew through those Immortals in no time, especially with that Adrenal Glands upgrade the Zerglings do have. I love that Ben remembered to get that. So often I'll see even pros forget to get it.
Yeah.
And it increases your Zergling DPS by so much. Such a good upgrade.
Yeah, it really, it's like getting a 4/4 Marine. Like, it's well worth that last upgrade.
Yeah, definitely worth the money.
And I also need to report that someone in my house is making ramen, and it's really torturing me. Sorry
So
if I
if you
get
just
distracted.
So if you just stop talking, I'll know you've gone to get some, and I'll just continue casting like normal, and I will use my mental powers to control your keyboard. I'll finish that all later. We do have an attack in on the 4th, and yeah, Gnome's just gonna lose that, and that was a risk taken that just didn't pay off in the slightest. And Ben's content to take that and fall back, or push forward. Here we go.
Oh, the sentries are right. Oh no, those force fields were not good. Oh, and Gnome has to GG. He had a chance there to hold off some roaches and keep the Ultralisk behind, so the force fields would have stayed up long enough to clear up a lot of the Zerglings, but even that was a long shot, as there's about 100 supply difference there for a little while. Gnome being soundly defeated by Ben in game number 1 of this semi-finals game. Any last thoughts, Avarice?
Yeah, I mean, I think I said it all already. I mean, Gnome just got really far behind and just never quite was able to get ahead. Had a lot of kind of disastrous engagements where he threw away units for free, and and just was never able to really claw his way back forward. I would have loved maybe in the mid game to have seen him do like a double immortal drop into the main and try to snipe that hive and then 1 or 2 tech structures. Because once you're behind, you need to do something to keep your opponent off balance, be that harassed in the form of warp prism drops or just multi-pronged attacks, which admittedly don't work as well against Zerg because Zerg are really fast, but, he just tried to keep kind of macroing, and Ben just out-macroed him and just crushed him, in a very classic Zerg style by just having tons of stuff.
Yeah, he definitely like to see that multi-base aggression out of Ben. He normally stays in the 1 to 2 base, but there we saw him get up 3, even kind of a 4th base before he finally won the game. Thanks for watching, everybody. Tune in to the next VOD for game number 2 of the semifinals, where we see if Asp Gnome can bring it back and force us into a decisive game 3.